You return, box and all. Boxes are for opening, young thief. But still, this task can be held completed. Except it is not. There is no way into this box nor its contents. How can this pick be of any use to us? This note mentions Guyon Stebic. He's with Motus Mining. Break into his laboratory, find this Aravis engine, and use it to free the key then. From what I'm able to surmise, the pick was confiscated from Aloran because she was to send it to Guyon Stebic, an outcast scholar. Guyon seems to have some means at his disposal which Aloran thought could free the pick. This device called the Aravis engine. Break into Guyon's lab and you can use the device to free the pick from the box. In the Hierophant's name. Be gone.
May I help you?
Arjin. I see you. There is something curious at work here. The Hierophant predicted that you would steal the Master's pick, and you come back with this. I've hated Arcia for years. Always speaking truth, always. But this job, this failure, is a fallacy. How could the Hierophant be wrong? Never mind that. There is a more pressing matter at hand. The Hierophant has another task for you. Be gone. The Hierophant blesses Suncamp and all that walk within its boundaries. What is needed? You must pray at the Hierophant shrine in camp. It is the only means of conversing to our guide. Farewell. And lastly, you arrive. There is something hesitant in your step, I see. But it is not your step that concerns me. I have learned that an enemy of the Travelers is soon to meet his end. Mon Cointaker has been sentenced to execution. His is a sordid life, and his will be a fitting death. He was a cutthroat, a brigand, a highwayman, and former traveler. He left my flock when we would not serve his gruesome tastes, and with his bloody ways he amassed a great fortune coveted by many. It would be if he was not a monster and a cutthroat, but despite this, Mon has amassed a sizable hoard before his arrest. He has cost the Travelers dearly many times, and sullied our name with his murders. Let the Travelers see the price of those that cross me. He is being held in Convict's Cavern in Apatir. He will give you the key to his hoard. This I have foreseen.
Careful out there.
Well, looks like one of Arjean's blew in here. Wonder what the guards would do if I called them over. But Mon won't do that, though it sounds a bit of fun. You are a traveler, aren't you? Suppose Sun Camp came to gloat. I can't believe I ever walked with you cowards. Can take a man's livelihood, but not his life, eh? Rats in the desert fighting over my table scraps. Only now they have a shot at the whole feast. More likable than you spineless travelers, at any rate. Oh, come now, I can't be all that bad, can I? Maybe I did slit some throats. They'll still remember me as the richest son of a bitch in Apotyre, who laughed in the Hierophant's face. Well, they've welded my door shut until I reach the gallows, so it's yours. But this is only part of the key you'll need. See? I'm a fair man. I gave the other pieces to the Zungars and the Dark Varis. They're looking for my treasure right now, and I don't think they'll share. This is what you scabs get for picking at Mon's bones. Claim my gold if you dare. Arjean can hold my debt fulfilled if you survive. Ah, my old stomping grounds. Would that I could see it now, filled with eager Zungars and Dark Varis, spilling their blood for my gold.
Be on your guard.
Well, well. Looks like Mon managed to pull the fast one on pretty much everyone. You know, I remember a time when the Hierophant couldn't be faulted, couldn't be fallible. Guess that's just sand in the desert breeze, Dove. I've found the missives of Sable and how to get them. I need you to steal them for me. The Hierophant's power is clearly waning, and all the travelers will suffer for it eventually. I chose this path because of vengeance. I was wrong. It's the future of the travelers what's at stake. Amongst travelers was the best place to be before this Hierophant led us astray. We'll be recapturing that freedom, Dove, with that book you'll be stealing. We're close, Dove. We'll be ridding the travelers of that problem soon enough, right after you get the missives of Sable. It's the giant ornately carved stone bloody feather in the gnome's enormous cap, that's what it is. The gnomes built a warren into that crater, and a secret one at that. The safest fort in the Phalanx, and we're robbing it. With a proper bit of skill, you're going where no thief of these lands has stepped foot. In the vaults beneath the Odessa Livrarium. Seems to be where the gnomes hide what they don't want found, missives included. I've arranged for Phasma to meet you there and show you the way in. He knows as much as I've told him. I'd have shown you the place myself, but after own stand, I might be recognized. Phasma's got a good head on his shoulders. He'll help you just fine. These are gnomes we're dealing with, Dove. Forget gold, wine, and power. They prize knowledge above all else. I suspect something to be in those missives that means a great deal to them. But who cares? They've got the book, and we want it. Now go. When you've got it, I'll be waiting for you with some friends in the Hospitalis quarters. Get on with you.
Salutations.
Another? What?
Hello, hi.
Yeah?
So the scriptures of Mitharo have been handed to us. I too have been asked by Reddle to hand these words to the denizens of all that can help. Esclad Tyner is a troubled man, but many are those who need redemption. Though he may have wronged, he must not lose his spirit. Indeed, Mitharo smiles on a few, and it is their responsibility to share such providence. Your service will not go unrewarded. Though the gnomes are capable of greatness, Mitharo does not smile on those that take from the meek. You have restored them, and ourselves. Be pious.
So, looks like you've done your share of the legwork, eh? Happy to pay someone that's dear to us. Take this coin. You've earned it. Now, I don't think there was anything else, was there? True enough. I honor the few promises I make. You're looking for a Templar. Joriel's the name, I believe. It's hard to track a Templar, but she has taken quite an interest in you. I hear she's doing some work in the forum recently. That's your chance to find her. So long. I don't rightly think we have much more business at this point. What are you... She's a busy gnome, that Joriel. Whisperers are saying she's in the Basilica Nostra. It weren't easy to track her down. Either she's that busy, or she doesn't want to be found. So you'd better move quick. So long.
What? What?
Glad you decided to show. Can't say I wasn't antsy with all these squirrel-headed gnomes staring me down crosswise. But let's be quick-like about this. Before you go into the vault, I've got to run you down on what's needed. Lot of followers with their heads in the clouds. They're not seeing things because they're too busy kissing the Hierophant's dung-covered boots. I'll show them. Egg-eating, swill-sucking, take-it-in-the-eye for a side, twig-wrenching traitor. Stew-brained wretch. Send me to die, will he? He'll get his. I swear it. They say this place is the bright center of knowledge, but there's a coldness beneath these floors, like something hidden. Been a bit since we crossed paths, hasn't it? Well, after I got free of that curse, I joined up with Grimm's crew. Ain't been some lily-liver after what happened at Rithen. I'm stronger now, faster. Better thief than I ever could have been under the Hierophant. Grimm learned that the gnomes enchanted the missives with a spell that lets them know its location at all times. Trilgarin came up with a solution. The Shroud of Omission. Cover the book in this shroud and the gnomes will forget it exists. Now, are you ready? This is a one-way trip. Once you're in, you'll have to find your own way out. Some old book. Don't look at me for what's in it. The value that those cursed scullions place in the missives is what concerns Grimm and I. I don't know if Trilgarin made the bloody thing or stole it, but she said it's one of a kind. Place an object under the shroud and all the world forgets it existed. Seems useless, eh? But in the right moment, it's a damned waggish bedlam. Through this floor grate here. You'll have to do what you can to keep your bearings. It's a maze down there. And be careful. There might be pint pots, but these gnomes will become vicious if they get wise to you. Right, you better go. Be quick about it. I'll distract them. Let's do this. Surrender, now! What?
Yes.
Aye? What's needed?
The missives of Sable. I'd like to see what these pages hold. But that needs to wait. Keep that shroud on it. The time has come. While you did this, I finally learned who the Hierophant is. Argene of Sun Camp. We're taking her down, Dove. All of us. One last plan, one last job. The biggest we'll ever pull. I know now. I've had my suspicions, and the last one has been put into place. The Hierophant is Argene of Sun Camp. I've told Argene that I know her secret, and now she's asked to meet me in the ruins beneath Sun Camp. While we're there, you're going to plant the missives on Argene, and the gnomes will have her in chains, like she would have done to me. Argene tried to hand me to the gnomes for stealing the missives of Sable, a book they value greatly. Only you saved my life. She tried to do the same to you and Phasma in Rhythm. After that, we started putting my true plan in motion. I found the missives of Sable and found the Hierophant's identity. Now, we'll frame her for the crime she tried to have me killed for. Too easy for one. Even if this started with a need for vengeance, the plan's grown bigger than that. Argene's leveraged her powers to become nearly a goddess for the Travelers. We need to show them all the truth. When word spreads of the Hierophant's arrest, they'll know for certain that their faith was misplaced. The meeting with Argene's a front. While I keep her occupied, you, Krilgaren and Phasma will be able to move unrestricted. Where we're going is the Hierophant's lair. It's likely got some enchanted defenses. Krilgaren will be there to help with those. Meanwhile, Phasma will lead the gnomes to the ruins. You plant the missives on Argene, and the gnomes will take her away while the world watches. Phasma's got the tricky part. He's going to lead the gnomes to the ruins beneath Sun Camp. That way, once you plant the missives on Argene, the gnomes will move in and take her down. I'm the bait. I told Argene that I would expose her identity to the Travelers, so she would ask to hold court with me. With luck, I'll have her gaze long enough to let you plant the missives of Sable on her. Krilgaren will be your support. The Fae have many powers and sensitivities. I figure she'd be best suited to helping you. I doubt Argene would invite me without having some form of security. Krilgaren will help you get past them, so you can plant the missives on her. Good. To keep the element of surprise, you'll be using a secret entrance to the ruins. It's one of the graves in Sun Camp. Once you're in, meet with Krilgaren. Now, we've got to move. Do your part, and hopefully we'll see the end of this job. It seems that the Hierophant made themselves a little hideaway beneath Sun Camp. It's a monument to her abuses, her power. We'll topple that place as well as her.
What are you looking at?
Many welcomes.
Aye? Well, it'd be a coin if you were looking for a mug of ale, but a rat ran off with the damn cork. Now the keg's spilled all over. Good.
What now?
Yeah? Hmm? Yeah?
At last, I can speak with Grimm's fateless ally with my true voice, and your meaningless plan is exposed. These ruins are full of travelers faithful to the Hierophant, who will kill any and all who intrude. This ends now. My powers may fluctuate around you, but they are not robbed of me. I could see enough of Grimm, Phasma, and Krilgaren to learn this plan. I tried to end your life once. I underestimated you clearly. Now I want to form a peace between us. I could use your skill. Frame Grimm for stealing the missives of Sable. You are not but a tool to him since he first approached you in Star Camp anyways. I suppose you believed it to be mere coincidence that it was Grimm who first recruited you into the Travelers. Grimm is crude and cruel, but with a bestial cleverness. He learned you were fateless, no doubt, long before the two of you met. He planned this rebellion long before Own's stand. He only waited until the perfect weapon to fight me appeared. And that weapon is you. Yes, yours is a fate I cannot read. I told you as much when first you prayed to me in Star Camp. I thought you were an aberration, but I'm coming to believe that you are instead a harbinger of times to come. Nature might cast us as opposites, as foes, but I believe together we might lead the Travelers to a golden age. So you claim, but I can see the threads of fate do not guide you. Nothing is decided. Think on my offer and take this. It is a key to the wings of the Hierophant's court, my sanctum. It is where I will meet Grimm. Grimm will be in the East Wing, remember that. Grimm is in the East Wing. Do the right thing, or face my wrath.
You have come. I was concerned, for Arjin has not come to this ruin unprepared. There appears to be many guards loyal to the Hierophant roaming this hall. There is also a strange enchantment not far beyond here, but they are not insurmountable with a quiet pace. She has contacted you? Grimm believed he had her fooled, but her skills are greater than we ever thought. But so is her hubris. That key she gave you can be used to reach Arjin as well as Grimm. She will be in the western wing of the court. But to reach her, you will need to bypass a strange trap. One that watches the way with eyes unblinking. There's a magic sentry that watches over the path to the court. A statue called the Watcher. If it catches you, it will sound an alarm. But you can blind it. Extinguish the torches in its chamber and its gaze will be lost. The torches lie in its gaze, so the only way to snuff them is with a bag of winds, which the guards carry. Use it before entering the chamber and you'll be fine. Though it is magical in nature, it still relies on sight. If you could blind it, then you could walk in the shadows unseen. There is an item on a nearby guard that would be of use. A bag of winds. Using it, you could snuff the torches and plunge the room in darkness. You have lived enough of our ways to understand, perhaps. The Hierophant is the ruler of the travelers, as you know. Where is the freedom in acquiescing to another's will? We profit from the Hierophant's wisdom, but pay for it in service. It is a high cost. I've come to lend what aid to Grimm's fight that I can. I feel a duty to see him safely to the end of this. I am far from its woods, and I miss it. I hope they are well outside of my presence. There's a magic sentry that watches over the path to the court. A statue called the Watcher. If it catches you, it will sound an alarm. But you can blind it. Extinguish the torches in its chamber, and its gaze will be lost. The torches lie in its gaze, so the only way to snuff them is with a bag of winds. Long it has been known that there were Arathi artifacts in Sun Camp, but I did not suspect a complex beneath the soil. No one did. May the wind be at your back.
Enough of your farces, Grim. You claim you want to blackmail me, but that is not your true purpose here.
Why, your worshipfulness, you can't blame me for desiring to have you all to myself.
This has gone on long enough, little man. I grow tired of your stallings. They will cease immediately.
I couldn't agree more, my dear seer. Seems like it's time for things to wrap up.
They've got the missives, get them!
Let's get the hell out of here!
Dove, we better run like hell if we're to get out of here. Algine's hold over the Travelers is broken. The Hierophant is gone. The Travelers will never be the same. You are like the Travelers of ages past. I name you one among their number. They'll sing songs of you forever as the Chariot. No jail will hold you. And since you've used the Shroud of Omission so well, I figured you could make some use of this.
You and I aren't so different. Once you've done something wrong, there's no going back. There's no erasing it. This is the only life we've got, right? See you.
Yes? What do you want? I am not in the habit of making conversation with strangers, especially one of your stature. Please be quick. Unlike the lofty idealism of the Alpha and the messy pragmatism of the humans, we gnomes proudly embrace the virtues of reason and order. As such, we must maintain neutrality in these periodic wars that spring up. We cannot risk tainting our knowledge by taking sides. You understand? I have been the one that has orchestrated your observation. There was much to gain, and relatively little to lose. You must understand, I meant no harm. It is an estate that I have ordered to be kept empty for when I have need of it, such as now. From their council in the Forum, the Templars guide the advancement of our society. Our tremendous successes are due to their unswerving pursuit of knowledge. Each Templar is allowed a wide degree of freedom in the projects they sponsor, but they are ultimately accountable to the rest of the Forum. The shining jewel of knowledge, an oasis of reason and order, carved by the gnomes into the dusty wilds of Detir. The Praetorians have a saying, an army is but a single being, and every soldier is a weapon it wields. If every common soldier is a weapon, what of you? Certainly a rare commodity in these contested times, if not a kingmaker. Your presence here is too tempting for some of my colleagues, so I observe you to observe them. That is the game we Templars must play. Yes and no. You wield a power new and greater than many are capable of understanding, and to unforeseen repercussions. I worry of that. But greater still is our response to this power, how we approach it, and how we attempt to understand it. This city, our race, is built on the promise of plans reaching fruition, and as convicted as some are, others might be distracted by you. A simple enough question. The answer is unfortunately complicated. I speak with the authority of a Templar. It is enough to make my suspicions law, if need be. So I must remain silent, if I wish to learn what I need. No. To speak frankly, I had intended this observation to be conducted with your awareness. You were never meant to know that someone was watching you. It could make my quarry suspicious. It is a frustrating turn of events. But how did you come here? Who exposed this to you in the first place? Bruton? Bodyguard? I never hired any... Ugh, by Athene. I've been outmaneuvered. Whoever hired Bruton likely knew you would be watched, and knows you're meeting with me. You have to find Bruton. Whoever he's working for, they can't have good plans for you or me. We've been had. I gave you Sandstone Villa, hoping to use it to uncover the Templars who have been plotting to exploit you for war. But in doing so, my quarry uses their agent Bruton to trace me through you. They'll have both of our heads if we don't stop them.
Well, I've learned enough about your doings to know when I've been found out. Took you long enough. When I was told I'd be targeting a man who came back from the dead, I thought I heard wrong. But then I learned about the Well of Souls. As soon as Joriel's out of the way, my employers will make the well theirs, and all of the power that comes with it. The Templars are not all of like mind for what road our civilization needs to take, such as my employer. We plan on grander things for our brethren, but some are holding us back, like Joriel. So we'll kill her. Then they can experiment on you. But before that happens, me and the boys will have our fun. Yeah, good hunting.
Hello?
Care to browse? If you need anything before you head back out. To Tyr, you should make sure to look at my... Please, come by again.
What?
What? What?
You again? After the business of Sandstone Villa, I thought that we had settled matters. I see. Think very, very carefully about what you are saying. Octien is a Templar. He is in a position of the highest authority. And who, may I ask, are you? For you to accuse Octien without having a direct confession is not only meaningless, but contrary to all our procedures. Even if this were true, or even already suspected, it would have to be corroborated by Octien himself. That requires a confession. As he is not here to present the charges himself, I must assume that no such confession exists. Now, I have done all I can for you. Please, trouble me no further with this matter, especially with such insufficient evidence. We have already discussed this. Nothing short of a confession would convict him. As such, Templar Octien will remain undisturbed in the Livrarium. You again. What is it you require of me? Do get to the point.
Hello. I'm here to send regrets on behalf of Templar Joriel. While she wishes to extend you aid, she's stymied by protocol. What she gave you was an official response. I'm here to give you another response. A personal one. I am a political aide for Templar Joriel. I operate in a number of capacities for the Templars' official and unofficial business. My superior has suspected for some time the crimes that you've levied against Templar Octien. But like you, she is frustrated by his status. Allow me to be direct. If you can make Templar Octien publicly acknowledge his crimes, then Templar Joriel will reward you. She will be your patron of sorts. I am an aide to Templar Joriel. Usually, my work takes the form of drafting letters, taking notes of various functions, and so on. My superior is a very, very busy person. It is unfortunate that some wrongs escape her notice, and those she does notice cannot always be immediately righted. The city is a marvelous place. Recently, my work has taken me farther from its walls, for more often, and I'm sadder for it. You wish to bring the Templar to justice, yes? Then you must get him to publicly acknowledge his crimes in some form. As my superior no doubt told you, the Templar may be found in the Livrarium. I suggest you go there.
What? What? Yes. Yes.
You're alive. What an unexpected and quite unfortunate turn of events. For starters, I expected you to be rotting in a sandy ditch somewhere. Supper for the carrion birds. Understand, you and I are alike. All we both want is to see this business reach its end. Did it? Here you stand, suspecting me of a great many crimes, yet unable to lift a finger. Tell me, who has the power? Or what? You'll slaughter me in a murderous rage? Typical. Your kind is as predictable as it is stupid. I'm afraid you'll find me quite hard to kill. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for you. Attack me in this city, and I won't just have you clapped in irons. No, I'll hand you over to the scholars in the Basilica for research. A long career supporting vivification research has left me with certain advantages. You could say I'm more resilient than most of your enemies. I'll admit, I did not see you and Hughes lying to blackmail me. His conscience was always his biggest liability. Ventrinio will take over research on the well. He has no such weaknesses. Perhaps I'll even give him your corpse to examine. After all, you met your first death as his assistant. It would be a reunion. Of course. And it's such a pity you'll never find out.
Well, if setting fire to the livrarium and hiring assassins is not an admission of guilt on Octien's part, I certainly don't know what is. It is clear that we Templars must make him assume responsibility for his actions, overt as well as hidden. Even though you went against my explicit instruction, you were effective. You have my respect. Should he survive the wounds earned in battle, I should think so. To that effect, I have ordered a moratorium on all of his current studies and projects. All, perhaps, save this mysterious Well of Souls. That one will take some deliberation, considering its various ethical and societal ramifications. Regardless, Gnome Society is in your debt, and we always pay what is owed. Ventrinio Desalini. One name I never expected to be brought into this business. It seems he has escaped the gallows yet again. I believe your friend Scholar Hughes may be able to help. While you were here, my people found him salvaging the tomes Octien attempted to burn. Now, you must excuse me. A Templar has fallen from power, and Edessa's political buzzards are circling. Good tidings. You again. What is it you require of me? You again. What is it you require? You can leave me to deal with Octien. I believe Fomerus Hughes is on his way here, with information more pertinent to you.
It was my mistake to assume that Octien would go quietly, or that he would leave evidence behind. Such a waste. Some of those books he burned were centuries old, but luckily for us, I was able to salvage some from the flames. Oh, a great many prizes. Treatises on the nature of death, tables upon tables of autopsy analyses, but only one item of true value. Octien's diary. Based off of what I've read in these pages, Ventrinio has been working on an island off of Cluricon. I'm afraid the Dark Wood of Cluricon still hides our Tuatha enemies. But this young lady, Aileen Shear, says she has a solution for that. When you reach Ventrinio, beware. He is certainly a genius, but complicated. He may try killing you the second time for good measure. His mind may be dangerous, but it holds the secret to entering Alabastra, and you must find it. Unfortunately, research on the Well of Souls will be put on hold. Octien organized it in secret, and the other Templars will want to learn all they can of it. But I do not think I'll be idle in the meantime. With Octien out of the way, there will be need of a new Templar in Edessa. My old colleague, Ventrinio Desalini. For a time we worked together under Templar Octien. He was a brilliant scholar, but a terrible person. Octien's journal shows that Ventrinio's assistant died during an important mission into the heart of Alabastra. I don't know how to say this, but the date of the assistant's death is shortly before you came back to life. You carry a grave responsibility now, my friend.
Hello.
Yes? Yes?
Even then, this was not the outcome I had anticipated. That you were able to deal with it is gratifying. Killing Bruton should send a message to his masters to stop their plans. I heard what he said about my death. It seems I am indebted. With any luck, the serpent will not bite without its fangs. Our business can be concluded. You have proven capable beyond measure. As a reward, I give you the deed to Sandstone Villa. It is now yours, completely. If you wish, you may make improvements to it at the Grand Bursars. Now there is much I must attend to. I am off.